How was Arizona and the symposium?
It was really fun. Um, a lot of native language workers there. It was super fun. I made on one of the presentations, I made the mistake of introducing myself. So they would like hand the mic and be like, anyone have a question? Yeah. Hand me the mic. I'm like, hi, I'm Anna from Alaska. Trying to keep it simple, thinking like I'm in another state. I'll just keep it really simple. Well, then I asked a question, and then soon after, someone else from Alaska had a question. They were like, hi, I'm so and so from Alaska. Next person, hi, I'm so and so also from Alaska. And then the whole room had to make it a joke to be like, I'm so and so, I've been to Alaska. And then it got to the point where someone was like, I'm so and so, I've not yet been to Alaska. It was so bad. By the end, we were all rolling. It was just like a whole room full of native people busting up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Were they giving you a hard time for not introducing yourself properly?
It was just like the repetitiveness of it. Like I started this trend. And then so then like the presentation after that I had a question again. They hand me the mic and I was like, "Well, I'm not going to make the mistake of saying where I'm from because last time that was a disaster." And the presenter goes, "We know." Again, just like the whole room busted up. It was so fun.
Oh, it sounds so great.
Yeah.
What did Joseph and Paul present on?
What's that?
Did Joseph and Paul present as well?
Yeah. Yeah, they did. And it was super cool. So Joseph is getting his PhD there at University of Arizona.
Um,
And I didn't even realize, but anyway,
you didn't know
he
that? Oh,
I didn't know that. And I went with Doyon Foundation. And so like, totally different region. I'm there with a different team. And then we see them on the plane. And then Joseph gives this awesome presentation. I was like, oh my
yeah.
gosh. So yeah, we
I thought
were
you
we
went
were all having, huh?
I thought you went with them.
I mean, we technically did because we were on the same plane. We were all going down there at the same time. But it was like yeah, it was unplanned.
Wow, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
did you meet his instructor, Dr. Sheila Nichols?
Yeah, she was awesome too. She gave a really good talk too. Cool. So I'm just pulling up our I'm making a little drill for you guys. I'm just putting it together now. Were you guys able to watch that video?
For the 26th time.
Yeah. Okay. Hint taken. We've seen that one enough. We'll be switching gears today, so I'll keep it exciting for you. Okay, there. Well, welcome in everybody. Let's see. Got my sound on. Okay. يك أي خستيني اشتكت يوهان أختو يك أي يا تخلقيني يا يكيتا أنشج قاء تليتا كوسي تانيا يجي أشوي خنخ كوسي تايا ديخ يجي يا كيقا كياني دس يدو وساق يادس ka gushuk yawachi yadis. Um, Good to see you guys. It's good to be back together again, to see your faces again. And here in Anchorage, it's snowing, so it's cold. And here we are on the second day of the week. It's month of true plant budding. Maybe in Southeast, it's not quite there yet. In Anchorage, it still feels like winter. And 9 days have passed this month. Only announcement is last day of class is June 27th. So if you weren't here last week when we talked about it, this class has been extended. Whether you can make it or not, don't feel pressured to come, but we will be continuing class through the end of June. So um, that's kind of fun.
Was it originally supposed to stop in April? Or
Yeah, it was supposed to be done this month at the end of the month, and they extended it. How are you guys' summer schedules?
I think good.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
kind of working, so it's like same old. We don't get some.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just hoping to, I'm just trying to hoping to get to celebrations here for the first time. I've never had a chance to be a part of that. So, yeah, that's my plan.
Oh, you're
Nice.
here. Welcome. You gotta look me up once you get here. I thought you were
What's
in,
that?
you gotta look me up when you get here. I thought you were in Juneau for some reason.
Oh, thanks. Uh, Olympia, Washington, Coop, yeah, you got. I live in I'm here in Olympia, Washington.
Ah, ach, ish, um, Olympia, something. Um, my dad is in Olympia,
Oh,
so yeah, cool.
oh, we think of that when we talk. Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
cool.
Nice. Yeah, I think celebration is that first week of June, and we're planning to take a week off from this class during celebration so that people could go.
Neela Togo, you'll be here as well?
I would sure love to be. I'm taking a week off from all my work that week so that I'll be available if I find a chance to go down. Yeah. I would sure like to paddle again with the cake crew and canoe journey. I'll see if they need a couple of arms.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay, last
sure.
time we got, huh?
Oh, I was just saying, I'm not sure where Canoe Journey is landing this year. You know?
I don't know if it's
Okay.
It usually lands in Juneau. Is there a reason it couldn't go there?
I, I don't know.
Oh,
No, it
no,
could
that's
be in
fine.
Juneau for sure, just like exactly where maybe I don't know if people know that yet.
And there's also two canoe journeys. There's one that happens in Southeast Alaska that ends in Juneau for celebration. Then there's the one that goes down along the United States.
Oh,
Yeah. Nice. Well, last time we got together there, we did a translation exercise, fill in the blank, and we did it on the English side. So same lines, only this time we'll be filling in the blank on the Lingit side. So the first line, if you're asking a crowd, "How are you all, children?" What would you fill in here? Wasayiti, and then how do you address them here?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Mm,
can you say it again?
Oh, ach, yachty. Wait,
Good. You have all the sounds. Atiyatike. Yeah. So this term makes it general with yeah, atiyatike. How are you all, children? So repeat this line after me. Wasayiyati atiyatike.
Wasayi yake.
Wasayati adyatke.
Good. And then the next line, I feel good to see you all. What are we missing on the Lingit side?
Ach tu siku or yake.
Yeah, nice. So everybody go ahead and repeat after me. Ach tuwu yike satini.
Ach, yak e khositini.
Good. Nice. And then the next line, I'm also happy to see you all. What are we missing on Lingit?
Wasatini.
Any guesses?
Yakusitini.
Yeah, good. So we'll do this again. Satini. Make it a little bit bigger. So go ahead and repeat this one after me. Chat. First, just the first two words. Chat.
Katsu.
Ach tuwu yake.
Ach tu yake.
Satini.
Yechsatini.
Yeah. So let's do the line above it together. Ach tuwu yake satini.
Ach tu yake yechsatini.
And then somebody else is next to them and they also want to say, repeat after me. Chat ach tuwu yake satini.
Katsu.
Khatu akhtu yak e khositini.
Nice, good. Okay, these are lines from the movie. First one is one balloon. So what are we missing on the Lingit side?
Take.
Ah, tleik. So repeat after me. Tleik kadu'uchuat.
Okay.
Tlek kadu ukhuat.
Ah. And then the next line is and another balloon. So what are we missing here?
Kadu ukhuat.
Good. Kadu'uchuat. So starting from the line above it, repeat after me. Tleik kadu'uchuat.
Take.
Tlek kadu ukhuat.
And the next one, katsu kadu'uchuat.
Katsu kadu.
Khatu kadu ukhuat.
Good, nice. So this is just a short dialogue, and we've seen that movie quite a few times, but now we're just drilling it into our minds, these few lines.
Can you review that pinched X sound? Pinched
Yeah.
X.
Yeah. So the pinched X, if you see an apostrophe, it means that you need to pinch the sound. And without it, you have an X. It's not underlined, so it's gonna still happen between the roof of your mouth and the top of your tongue. You just make a little friction there. And to pinch it, you'll squeeze out the air. So if you do just this pinched X followed by the I, it would sound like this. Repeat after me. Eh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so the whole word, repeat this after me. Yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And try to be gentle with it. Like you got something in your mouth you don't want to break. All of these sounds are up here in the top of your mouth. They're not in the back of your throat. So it sounds like you're doing good. But just kind of handle this gently when you go from the T to the pinched X. And repeat after me. Adiyatke.
Adiati.
Good.
Can you hear my X? Sometimes Zoom cuts that out.
Yeah, I think it's clipping. Zoom will cut out your audio if you clip, and the way around it is in your audio settings. If you turn on original sound for musicians, it'll bypass that.
Okay, and then I turned off echo cancellation for some reason that was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed if I treat the X's as like an aggressive H, like instead of a H, it's like a
Yeah. And that helps you.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Um,
that like where you're going now, I think that like I hear it as a K a lot of times. People just say like lake with a T. Uh,
yeah.
right. So it's just helpful.
Yeah, this you want to make sure this is a pinched X and not a K. Um, it's kind of a shortcut. Sometimes when people are still just beginning to learn, they'll make a K sound because they're like, "Oh, I just need to be able to say this," and it's easier to say a K. But elders find it distracting, and you're saying something different from what you mean if you put a K there. So it needs to be a pinched X. So let's practice this word for one. Uh, Repeat after me. Clay.
Claire,
Good. Yeah, you guys all sound good. Let's do it again. Clay.
They,
Claire,
Good. Yeah, your tongue never touches that other piece of flesh back there. It doesn't close the way it would with a K. You just kind of almost closes, and then it sounds similar to a K, but not quite, where you still have air going through there, but what you're hearing is that friction. Does that make sense?
uh,
Okay. I'm not a doctor, so I always find it really funny to be talking about like the anatomy of making sounds. I know there's words, like scientific words to describe those parts, but yeah, I hope it's coming across clear.
the glottal squish.
Yeah. Ugh, that sounded kind of weird. Okay, so any questions or comments? Last week we picked four new vocabulary words and we started learning how to ask, what is this? So far, we've watched the movie about the balloons 1 through 9. We've asked where something is. We've answered the question, here it is, there it is. Oh, there it is, way out yonder. And then I just started teaching you about asking, what is this? And so we'll review those today with our vocab and just keep expanding our realm of communication in Tlingit. So the four words we picked, repeat after me: hit,
It,
shawat,
what?
digatkiya,
Yeah,
or what I hear more commonly, repeat after me, the second option, digitkiya.
Tigitkia,
Yeah. Sheye.
Shayi,
Again, sheye.
Shayi,
Yeah, good. And then when you see them, go ahead and say them. Ready, go. Hmm? Ah,
Shawat, Tigitkia,
uh,
yeah,
uh-huh.
Shayi,
Mhm. Good. So this one is high tone. A lot of times in Tlingit, you'll hear the high tone at the end, where it's short and high at the end, which is common if you're adding a suffix to show that something belongs to you or that it's connected to another word. With this particular word, this type of tree, spruce tree, the high tone is on the first vowel. So it's repeat after me. Shay.
Shay.
Yeah. Again, shay.
Shay.
Good. Okay, next one. Go ahead.
It.
Ah.
What?
Ah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shay.
Yeah. Oh, shay.
It.
Mm-hmm.
Shalva.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Shay.
Yeah. Oh, ah.
Shake.
Uh-huh.
Mask.
Nas.
Yeah. Oh,
Gaflun.
Jin.
Agent.
ah.
Kedushu.
Mm-hmm.
Fadushu.
Mm-hmm.
Nas. Kadushu.
Dushu.
Rushak.
Mm-hmm.
Jinkat.
Jinkat.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Dan.
Ah.
Mask.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
Jin.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
Yakadushu.
Yeah. Oh,
Askadushu.
ah.
Shuk.
Ah.
Jinkat.
Good, you guys. Nice work. Any questions on them? Okay. Quick review on sense of space. So the one speaking, this is how you would say it. Repeat after me. You tangi a.
Yo. Sayatongi.
Yeah. And then these are sounds you can add to the other words to say this is, that is, there is. I mean, that over there is, as well as other words. So repeat these sounds after me. Ya,
Yeah.
he,
He.
we,
We.
you.
You.
Yeah. So let's do some question and answer drills. First one is where is it? So I'll ask where is it, and then you answer down here. Here, like where's the cat? Gusudush, and then you'll say here's the cat. So gusudush.
Yeah. Do.
Yeah. So where is the cat? Here is the cat. Because it's right next to us, we use this sound ya, and it turns into yadu. Okay, so for the number one, pretending the number one is a thing, gusutle,
Yeah.
Kadutlu.
gusutle,
Edu play.
ja, you did ko gusutle,
Way do play.
we do play, ka gusutle,
You do play.
you do play. So you see these sounds go long when we add them to the words. There it is. You detleik. Next set of questions we learned is what is it? And we'll still use that Lingit sense of space, But now the question for what is it will turn into da. So when we looked at our type of questions before, we go 39. This chart shows us types of questions. And the ones we were asking before, where is it, come from this type of question, where. And now we're transitioning over to what. So what is it? And so we'll see this sound da. You add these words to the question particle sa, to make it a question. So the first word tells you what kind of question it is. In this case, da sa is a what question, da. And then sa should let you know, oh, I'm being asked a question. So jumping back to our presentation. For the first round, just go ahead and repeat each line after me. So repeat this after me. Da saya.
Saya.
And good. And what am I asking there?
What
What is that?
Yeah, what is this? This sound ya after sa, da saya. This is the same thing from the ya, he, wa, ya. So it's telling me, what is this? It's telling me that the speaker is asking about something that's close to them. What is this? Da saya. So repeat after me. Da saya.
Saya.
Yeah. And we're using the same for the sake of drilling that da saya is related to aya. We're gonna answer it with the same sense of space. So maybe it's like two people right next to each other in this situation, and they're talking about the same thing, but for them both, it's right next to them. So repeat after me the response. Digit ya aya.
Aya. Aya.
Tikitkiya aya.
Yeah. And so what was the answer there in English?
It's a hummingbird.
Yeah, this is a hummingbird. Yeah. So both saya and aya are using that sense of space. It's right here next to us. First question, the question is, what is this? Answer is, this is a hummingbird. Next one is just a little bit farther away from us. And so repeat after me. Da sahe.
Sahe.
Yeah.
Sahe.
Yeah. And both the people speaking are right next to each other. So for both of them, it's aha. And repeat after me. Sheyi aha.
Shayi aha.
Yeah. Da sawa.
Da sawe.
Yeah, just repeat these after me for the first one. And the answer, shawatawa.
Shawat awe.
Yeah. And repeat after me, da sayu. Yeah. What is that way over yonder? And the answer, repeat after me, hit ayu. Yeah. So let's do them again. This time I'll ask the question and you all just give the answer. So I'll say da saya and you all will answer digitgiya aya. Da saya.
Tikitkiya aya.
Ah. Da sahe. Ah. Da sawa. Ah.
Shawat awa.
Ye awa shawat awa. Da sayu. Ah. Ye awa hit.
Sayu.
Uh-huh. Da sayu hit ayu.
Hit ayu.
Ye awa kanakhyake. Any questions on those? Awesome. So since those are pretty
Sorry, can we go
straightforward.
back to the tree slide? This is a tree.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. That's sorry. No, that looks great.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's do something related that we can use the same vocab for is what do you see? We're gonna add that in. So let's go. So this chapter is what is that? What do you see? And repeat this line after me. Da sawayatin.
That's the word.
Dasawa'iatin.
Yeah. So instead of just da sawa, which meant what is that? Now we're specifying what is that you see? What do you see? Okay. So we'll do a few vocab and then we'll get into the question and answer drills. Okay, first word. Repeat after me. Zait.
Great.
They
Uh, Tsa.
sa
An Kuei.
On
boy
play
Cheat.
cheat
Kinchei.
And
in
J
a
Tseek.
C
sea.
Mm. Ta.
ta
Ta
Titsk.
it's
Or Tsatsi.
that's e
that's that's my mom's name.
Oh yeah, that's right. Quet.
what
What?
what
Good. Zisk.
this
is
Or from Plakwan. Tsitsk.
is
Yeah. Hoots.
food
Hwasta.
wasta
Sa
Ga.
ga
ga
Yeah. Okay, so out of these vocabulary words, let's pick 4 that you guys want to internalize for future use.
Sa.
Okay, tsa,
guess that's it.
tsatse. Okay, tsa, tsatse. What else? Huh?
this
So
what
this
Okay, disk. And one more.
quad.
Quit. Okay. Okay, so
Then is that the same thing? For hearing egg, would that be the same word for egg?
herring
Uh,
egg has its own word, yeah.
it's
Was
ya is herring and I think uh oh okay, of course now it's slipping my mind, but yeah, there is a whole nother word for it though.
we can look it up. Wasa duwasak herring eggs lingit kainak Johan.
Egg, hearing egg.
Tlelchwasak.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Uh,
So Which four did we pick? It's what and what was the last one?
Um, somebody's mom.
Oh, that's E.
Let's see.
Somebody's mom. Okay. Nice. Okay. Okay, so continuing on. Oh, okay, you guys wanted to talk about herring eggs, so let's look it up really quick.
It's very close to the name Ya for herring.
Yeah, and it's
You know where this is? This dictionary.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. So since we are asking about these, I'm gonna add them to our notes, and we're gonna memorize those as well.
I'm watching a chalk fly overhead right now.
Oh wow.
The eagles fly.
Cool.
They're more common where I'm from in the southeast, but you don't see them as much out here in Olympia.
Yeah.
We see Kaya, the hawks though. There's a lot of those out this way.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they're so cool. Okay, I'm just adding these two words to our list, and we'll memorize these as well. Okay, so we have some new vocab, and then we want to be able to talk about what do you see? We can use our same vocab items. So
I didn't
there's what.
realize that one had its own little word for moose. That would just
Yeah.
Wakwan did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where my family is from, but I didn't know that, or I somehow missed that as I was busy being overwhelmed with chapter 2.
Busy being overwhelmed. Wait, I thought you were underwhelmed by the videos. Okay, so where do we need to pick up the pace and where do we need to slow down the pace?
I think this was just like when I just started this chapter back in like October or something like that.
Oh,
The first time, this was a lot of information, but going through it the second time, it's yeah, it's
okay.
I like this familiar vocab.
Okay, good.
Not you, it's me.
Don't be like that. If it's me, tell me. I deserve to know. Um, yeah, I like to keep it to 4 vocab items at a time and make sure that there's plenty of types of questions to use them with. A lot of repetition. So here we are at what do you see? And then next class we'll talk about what do you have. But if you're talking about what do you see, we have our Lingit on the left, English on the right. And for those of you who are starting to want to know what each part of the Tlingit side means, there's a glass. There's a glass down here for you. So first of all, repeat after me. Da sa'iyatin.
Da
Guillotine.
Da
Yeah.
sa'iatin.
Ah. Which part means tells you it's a what question?
Da
Yeah, da. And then what part tells you that you're being asked a question?
da
Da sa.
Da.
Yeah. So the means like say it or name it or tell me what that is. And so the da tells you it's a what question, and the sa tells you you're being asked a question. And so what does the rest of this part mean in English?
It is you, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just what do you yeah, what you see, what do you see?
Yeah, away. What is it you see? What do you see? Good. So one more time, repeat after me. Da sa teen.
Da sa
Das
teen.
Yeah. And now repeat after me. Teen.
Da teen.
Yeah. So what part stays the same for iatin to chatin?
The verb root for
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, away. Teen stays the same, and that's our verb root for sight to see. And so the first one is asking you see. What is it that you see? Next one, I'm telling him I see. So ia changes to cha. Or you see to I see. And then if I say teen, what does that mean in English?
I I see. I see
Yeah.
What's that little bird?
yeah, I see the little bird.
Ah, yeah, away. That's good. Good memory. So I'll ask, what do you see? And you guys tell me I see a little bird. Da sa teen.
I see teen.
Good. One more time, repeat the answer after me. Teen.
Teen.
Yeah. And if I'm wanting to say I see a spruce tree, sheyi, I would say repeat after me, sheyi teen.
She teen.
Mm-hmm. Now ask me what I see.
Teen.
Sheyi teen. Ah. I'll ask you, and you can fill in the blank with any of the words that you remember. Da sa teen.
Yeah, teen.
Ik Kanachik. Okay, next one is about a yes or no question. Do you see it? So when you hear this sound, ga, that should signal to you that you're being asked a yes or no question. So your response, if it's yes, will be either ah, or if it's no, take. And this should be a pinched K here. There's a little typo. It should be take. So I'm gonna ask you, do you see the house? Repeat after me. Hit get a teen.
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 And if yes, I do see the house, I would say repeat after me. Ah, hit teen.
Teen.
Yeah. So I'll ask you, and now you just say ah, hit teen. Hit get a teen. Good. Now there's another option here. If I say take, then I need to put in here what I do see. So it's not a hit, but maybe it's what would be an alternative?
Zisk.
Disc. Okay, I don't see a house, but I see a moose. So for no, I see a moose. I would say repeat after me. Take disc teen. Good. Now I'll ask you, and you just say the same thing. Take this teen. Hit get a teen.
Hey,
Check.
this.
18.
Good. Nice. Pretty straightforward. Any questions about those?
This is maybe a little off topic, but talking about that verb root and like, is there a Plinkett concept for a verb root? I had a conversation with Joseph once actually about like if our ancestors would understand what we're talking about. So like when I say something like, "What is the verb root?" I'm curious if our ancestors would know our like what this conversation is about.
Yeah.
Or is that just yeah? Would it be
That's a
too
good No, that's a really good question. I wonder what they would say. Because I know that Tlingit people long ago spoke other languages too.
Well, and every time I hear that argument, I always answer with like, well, I mean, English speakers who are born and raised speaking English still have to take university classes to understand Shakespeare in the same language that they speak. So, yeah, language evolves.
Yeah, both really good points. Did Joseph say his input on it?
Not really, but he was just saying like there would be two kinds of conversations, like conversations that our ancestors would understand, and they will have conversations like more about the language that our ancestors probably wouldn't understand.
Yeah. Yeah, Shirley Kendall and I talked about it once, and she said that, since she grew up speaking Tlingit, what she had to learn was how to teach it, which is that whole other language of linguistics, right? Like how to describe what each part is and refer to it, so that people who didn't grow up speaking Tlingit would understand what she's talking about. Um, and then I'm of the generation of a second language learner where at some point I started needing to understand which part is the verb root so that I can learn what to do with it to put it together to express myself. But when you learn it as a young child, you don't need to do that because you hear it so much that you understand how it works without having it explained to you.
Yeah, I'm furious at how much more of English I've had to learn so I can learn Tlingit.
It's a whole other language. And when Kudek and I talked about it, when Joseph and I talked about it one day, we were both agreeing. I was telling him it sounds like he does a lot of the same thing where um, I have a responsibility to learn the linguistics so that I can be the best teacher I can to make my understanding of the language accessible. But I prefer to keep that part behind the scenes so that it doesn't distract my students because my whole goal is, trying to get people to internalize those patterns without thinking about it too much. And then Kudek teaches this fabulous immersion style that he presented about it in Arizona, where he'll come up with a script for teaching immersion. And when you look at it, it looks very simple, but in between the lines are all these layers of linguistics that he had to learn and understanding of teaching that he had to learn in order to put it together. So it's actually very complex and he knows how to use it properly, but it looks simple. And when you see him teaching students, you're like, whoa, they're getting it. How'd they do that? It's pretty incredible. But yeah, I would love to hear more about what he says about
Yeah,
like what, yeah.
there's a question in the chat. Sorry, who said that? Are you inspired to create?
I was wondering if you're inspired to create a layout similar to his for immersion.
Oh, heck yeah, I am. I told him, so after he presented in Arizona, I came and asked him some questions and he was exhausted because he just presented. And I was like, I just want you to know I'm coming after you. Like you you can go eat and rest, but after you're fed and caffeinated, I'm showing up with my notebook and taking notes because I would love to teach that way.
We actually have a video of his final presentation that he did in 2022. Not a final presentation, but a final exam that he did for his students after I think it was like 3 weeks of 5 days a week working with these high school kids in the immersion style. And he was doing this with Kyle Wool half the day, and then the other half of the day would be with him. And Kyle would teach in the way that we're learning from the book with Quizlet, etc. And then he would do the cultural immersion with the elders and the dancing, and like the kids in the final presenting with Kyle's version were very robotic and struggling to like present this story on like a seagull finding its way to the bank or something like that. And then when they got to his section, they were talking to each other like, what is this? Find me that. This is my name. And then they just lit up and they started they did a dance at the end, and it was absolutely amazing. And the difference between the two styles was incredible. And Sheila was there for that. It was the first time that she'd ever seen it done, even after
Yeah.
like years of teaching it. Anyway, it was incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, another great strength of Kudek is that he is very grounded in Tlingit culture and he teaches the and does the right way to do things following the culture he grew up in. Yeah, his dad is Kinka Denik, Paul Marx. He's a big language mentor of mine as well. And yeah, I continue to learn from him every time. If people are doing things that are not quite right, he'll let us know. And I have a lot of respect for him.
So great.
Do you guys want to become Tlingit language teachers?
Like you?
I,
Or not like me, but yeah, any
um,
type of.
yeah. Well, I do, and I just want to be upfront and honest with the class that there's some real issues for me, which is that like I'm not ethnically Tlingit. I'm clan adopted and white, and so my concern is that as much as I would like to, I don't necessarily feel like I would feel comfortable like being in that space if it meant taking a job away from a, an ethnically Tlingit person. So I don't know. There's like a lot of complexities there for me, and I'm clearly having to work through my own like issues around it. And, like, so I don't know. That's my complicated answer. My simple answer is yes. You know, I've been learning Tlingit for over 5 years and would like to do that. So I don't know.
Nice, thank you for sharing. I guess I'm in the same boat as you because I'm white on my mom's side and I'm not of Tlingit heritage. And I love this job and I'm keeping it till someone comes after it. And then when you do, I'm supporting you. But yeah, come for it. Who else?
I have kind of a ulterior motive, and
Uh,
um, to teach Shinge, I want to I'm actually more interested in the experience of learning it. And I believe that there's a healing power in our language. And as a psychologist, I hope that someday I could speak Tlingit to the people that come to me uh, for therapy, um,
nice.
a long-term goal. But even before then, I realized that learning Tlingit is healing on a lot of levels. It addresses historical trauma. It provides a framework for cognitive understanding of historical trauma, and it's also social justice oriented. And that by speaking Tlingit, um, I'm being an activist, and that I'm resisting the oppression and marginalization that is inherent in the society that I live in.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. Gonna teach.
So yeah, maybe I want to teach it somehow um, for people that are interested in learning and healing.
Hmm. Ah, Kufas.
As someone, sorry, I'm sick, so my voice might be hard to understand. But
Hmm.
as someone who is born Tlingit, I don't think that it matters your background or your upbringing necessarily because we don't choose those things. I would say don't be discouraged from becoming a teacher of it. And the sad thing is, I don't think we have enough people where necessarily there would be a line where someone might be cutting ahead of someone else for a teaching job in this position. Because honestly, I don't think we have enough people teaching the language. Um, I've taught Chinggit language before, and there are people out there like Anna here. I believe one of your mentors is Ida. Is that right?
Yeah.
So I went to college with Ida. She was one of my peers, and she took more classes and she kept going past where I went. And she's not Shinggit by birth. She's also adopted, and I think she has like a PhD in linguistics now. She knows like way more than I do, and I think that's awesome. And don't be discouraged. It doesn't really. I don't think it matters where you're from or what you look like. That shouldn't be a barrier.
Goodness, sheesh.
I appreciate that. Good sheesh.
Yeah, every person that joins the revitalization community has their own gift to give. And I think it's important that you pursue it in a way that uplifts you and energizes you. And I joke about it, like having this job, because it's a really good job teaching Tlingit for Tlingit and Haida. And then I also joke about having Shirley Kendall all to myself because she's up here in Anchorage and so am I. And I'm like, get away, everyone, she's mine. But honestly, if anyone is interested in becoming a teacher, starting a business, partnering with elders, I'm always happy to share that stuff. And I'm hoping someone does become a teacher. If it comes between me and you having this job, then please go for it. We're all evolving and growing, and my mentors have passed on teaching jobs to me once they became busy with other things. So I don't want anyone to think of it as like, oh, there's one pie and only so many people can fit in it. It's not like that. You should think of it as something that's growing and expanding.
Sheesh, thank you for asking. I love this conversation. We've got a 1 o'clock meeting to get to. We actually got 1 minute here, Betty Ann.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta go. Any more thoughts before we go?
No, it's just
Go ahead.
Coon, you're muted.
So, Kun, was that you? Because you're muted.
no, I'm good.
Okay.
Dan, will you just let me know how I can get a hold of you outside of class so we can talk about a little bit about celebration?
I'll put my number in there in the chat, and this is for anybody. If anyone wants to reach out to me and say hello or visit or yeah, whatever.
And sheesh, I'll put mine in the chat too.
Okay.
Other than that, have a good rest of your day, you guys. Good night, Yuhan.